Good morning everybody, good morning, it's JPR and welcome back to another video. Marketing. We know what marketing is now because we watched last week's video, haha, right? Because watching a part 2 video first would just be dumb, wouldn't you agree? Agreed. Let's get into it. The Unova starters are in many ways similar to the Johto starters. They aren't particularly loved by many fans, and I say this even as an avid Gen 5 enthusiast. It's just that for whatever reason, the designs didn't mesh with a lot of people. But then again, people also expected Oshawott to look like this, so this is kind of another lame duck generation for the starters, but as always, one must prevail over the other two. Like the Gen 2 starters, we can do another direct comparison of anime appearances since Ash caught all three of them. Ash's Snivy appeared in 49 episodes, Ash's Pignite appeared in 62 episodes, and Ash's Oshawott appeared in 86 episodes, or roughly 60% of the total Best Wishes anime. It's certainly safe to say that Oshawott was at the forefront of Ash's team, being used in nearly as many battles as Pikachu itself. It appeared to pick up right where Dawn's Piplup left off as the comic relief water-type starter. In the manga, however, Snivy and Tepig initially had the edge, as Serperior is White's signature Pokemon and Emboar is Black's. However, this was later rectified in the Black 2 and White 2 chapters, where Duat became Blake's signature Pokemon. Yeah, Blake, not Black. Two different characters, but at that point, why not just call him Nate? So ultimately, all three of these starters get pretty equal treatment in the manga. Even as far as merchandising goes, all three are pretty well equally represented, which surprises me because Oshawott's design definitely draws some similarities to Piplup, and that wasn't by accident, I would think. I firmly believe that they were trying to have a second coming of Piplup, and who could blame them? I like money too. It's just that the fan reception wasn't nearly as enthusiastic. But in terms of games like Pokken and Pokemon Unite, they are equally not represented, at all. Snivy and Oshawott at least appear in both Smash 4 and Ultimate, essentially just being modern reskins of what Chikorita and Piplup used to do. Heck, they even blatantly disregard the fact that Snivy can't actually learn Razor Leaf. But hey, that at least gives them a slight edge on Tepig. In the TCG, Serperior has 7 unique cards, including 0 EXs, an extremely rare dishonor for any starter Pokemon. Emboar has 6 cards, but at least 1 EX from the Breakpoint set. And Samurott has 8 cards, including a V and a V-Star. But in all honesty, if Samurott didn't have a Hisuian form, it wouldn't have those V cards, and it would only actually have 5 cards total, giving Emboar the edge. As a matter of fact, like Typhlosion, the Hisuian form of Samurott might single-handedly win this war over the other two starters. That, and Ash's Oshawott's immense popularity over the other two in the anime. But in all honesty, this is arguably the tightest any starter trio has been. I really can't even tell you who between Snivy and Tepig would be the second most promoted. The Pokemon Company did a pretty good job staying unbiased on these guys, though that may also be because this trio of starters wasn't all that popular to begin with. Regardless, Oshawott pulls this one out by the thinnest of margins. Moving on to Gen 6, it's pretty obvious who it is. Yeah, it's Greninja. And it really didn't take long before Greninja became the promotional powerhouse that he is today. As merely 6 months after the release of Pokemon X and Y, it was revealed that Greninja would be joining the Super Smash Bros. Series as a fighter, making it the first starter to do so since the Kanto starters teamed up with Pokemon Trainer in Brawl. Masahiro Sakurai, the series director, revealed that he had to choose which Kalos starter to put in the game before the public even knew what they looked like. In fact, Greninja's name, even in Japanese, hadn't been decided yet when he was looking through its concept art. It was just an unnamed frog Pokemon. Supposedly, this decision to include him in Smash was made as early as May 2012, 17 whole months before X and Y's launch. But somehow, Sakurai knew the Greninja would be popular with fans, and he said it looked far easier to create a moveset and poses for. But even after its inclusion in Smash, Greninja's popularity truly exploded after Ash's Greninja's leading role in the XYZ anime. It's amazing how a simple plot convenience to give Ash a Mega Evolution without actually giving him a Mega Evolution permanently changed this Pokemon forever. Next thing you know, Ash Greninja becomes an actual form featured in the Sun and Moon demo, and also gets added in Smash Ultimate during Greninja's final Smash. Ash Greninja is so popular that he somehow exists in universes where Ash doesn't even exist. I'd like to say that things are slightly less biased on the TCG side of things, but while Chestnut has 5 cards and Delphox has 6, Greninja has 17, including Greninja EX, Greninja Break, Ash Greninja EX, Greninja GX, Live Action Greninja GX, Zoroark and Greninja Tag Team GX, Greninja V, Greninja V Union, and Greninja Star. I think what's most impressive about all of this is that I clearly remember Froakie being the least popular of the Kalos starters when the base forms were revealed, but boy, that quickly turned around when those final forms got leaked. Now Greninja is often ranked as the #1 most popular Pokemon in the world, surpassing even the legendary Charizard itself. With that kind of fan support, how could you not promote it? Well guys, at least Bryson was in Pokken Tournament, and not Greninja. That's about it. That's literally the only L that he's ever taken. Aside from the Kalos League, but we'll just forget about that one. Alright, now we've reached my favorite generation to pick apart, Generation 7. And I'll go ahead and spoil part of it by saying, Poplio? At least you tried. Yep, this generation is a hardcore battle between two titans, Rowlet and Litten, though more explicitly Decidueye and Incineroar. Let's begin. The anime is an interesting place to start. Rowlet was Ash's first catch in Alola and naturally had the most time to be featured, appearing in 107 episodes, which puts even Ash's Oshawott to shame, and even Greninja, who appeared in only 104 episodes. I know he's not a Gen 7 starter, but it is kind of funny to think that Rowlet had more screen time than he did. But not far behind Rowlet is Ash's Incineroar, appearing in 103 total episodes. Rowlet and Incineroar also fill remarkably different roles in the Sun and Moon anime. Rowlet is yet another comic relief character, which makes him popular with kids and merchandise companies, but Incineroar went through more of a serious arc. I would say that having all three of its stages shown off at some point is also a slight win in its favor. Even though we hardly got any time at all to appreciate Ash's Incineroar, at least Kukui's Incineroar had its fair share of appearances as well. Incineroar is also the only of the three to appear in any of the Gen 7 movies, belonging to Ash's rival Cross in I Choose You. In the manga, both Incineroar and Decidueye are equally represented as well, with Incineroar belonging to Sun and Moon owning Decidueye. As far as competitive games go, Decidueye is a playable character in both Pokemon Unite as well as Pokken Tournament Deluxe. But honestly, both of those are just drops in the bucket compared to the Smash Brothers effect, as Incineroar ended up being chosen for Smash Ultimate in a similar manner to Greninja, having to win out over the other starters. Sakurai admits that originally he had planned to put Decidueye in the game, but at the last minute he thought it would be more fun to design a wrestling-based character. And so Incineroar won the battle. Honestly, I think if Sakurai had chosen Decidueye, this conversation would have been over already. That's how much influence Smash can have on a Pokemon's marketability. That's not to disrespect Pokken or anything, but come on, I literally had to make a video called What Happened to Pokken. You will never see anyone make a What Happened to Smash Brothers video. If you're in Smash Brothers, you are a gaming icon for life, no matter how unknown you used to be. Yes, I'm talking about you, Corrin. But yeah, Incineroar. Also Incineroar. In the TCG, Primarina has been featured on 3 different cards, Incineroar has been featured in 6 different cards, and Decidueye has been in 7, although 3 of those are thanks to its new Hisuian form. If you take those out, Incineroar would be ahead. But of course, we do have to account for the Hisuian form's existence, which will inevitably ramp up Rowlet's promotion once more. Rowlet certainly already has the edge as far as merchandise goes. I mean, look at this! It's a backpack with Ash's Rowlet sticking out. And let me just add that to my cart. But in all seriousness, despite the Hisuian form's existence, I would say that Incineroar is still slightly more promoted than Decidueye is overall. However, Rowlet is infinitely more marketable than Litten. Similar to Piplup from the last video, it is hard to ignore what a merchandising giant Rowlet has become. To be honest, it's more like Rowlet versus Incineroar than Decidueye versus Incineroar. And that's a battle that I think Rowlet narrowly wins. Still a really fun one to break down. This is probably the most competitive of all the generations, and hey, Grass-type fans, it may have taken 20 years, but you finally got one on the board. Congrats! And to end things off, of course, we have Generation 8. Given how these starters are still less than 3 years old, there's not a ton that we can go off of yet. Heck, even the Journeys anime seems less concerned with promoting Galar region Pokemon in general, although Go's Cinderace has undeniably had far more screen time than the other two, appearing in 86 out of the currently aired 108 episodes. Grookey has appeared in 49 episodes so far, and Inteleon has appeared in only 40. Even in many of the new side animation projects that have been coming out recently, like Poketoons, Twilight Wings, and even the Gotcha music video, the Scorbunny evolution line appears to have slightly more representation. In the manga, currently Thwacky and Raboot are both being used by the series' main protagonists, Henry Sword and Casey Shield. Don't ask me why they suddenly have full names now, I haven't read that far. In the TCG, while Rillaboom and Inteleon have each been featured on 7 different cards, Cinderace has been featured in 9 already. It also has an extra alternate art V card in the Fusion Strike set. And while this batch of starters was too late to make the cut in both Pokken or Smash Brothers, Cinderace does notably make an appearance in Pokemon Unite. So, yeah, it may not be an overwhelming victory, but it's still blatantly clear that the Scorbunny line is slightly more promoted across the board than the other two. And I would have to believe the reason for that is that Cinderace at least kinda sticks the landing, whereas fan reception to both Rillaboom and Inteleon is lukewarm at best. But hey, that's gonna do it for the most marketed starters in every generation. One can only wonder what Gen 9 has in store for us. But hey, that's a topic I'm sure we'll cover eventually, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss any new content, whether it's Scarlet and Violet related or just Pokemon in general. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.